friends, welcome to another episode of Pause and Ponder. My name is Caroline Mahiti. Today we're pausing to ponder on Matthew 19, 13 to 30. Let's read the key verses in 13 to 15, which state, Then they brought little children to Jesus so that he would lay his hands on them, bless them, and pray for them. But the disciples scolded those who brought the children, saying, Don't bother him with this now. Jesus overheard and said, I want little children to come to me, so never interfere with them when they want to come. For heaven's kingdom realm is composed of beloved ones like these. Listen to this truth. No one will enter the kingdom realm of heaven unless he becomes like one of these. Then he laid his hands on each one of them and went on his way. So Matthew 19, 13 to 30 passages are filled with so many complexities and information. Yet Christ finds a way to simplify it all by going through several touch points before circling back to himself. He acknowledges the difficulty to enter his kingdom, but counters it by saying it is simple. Just drop everything and follow him, pointing us to him as the way to get into the realm of his kingdom. He puts it in a way that makes it seem easy and simple, right? Not so. At least not for me. But I'm learning over and over that following him, yes, has its seasons of pain, silence, joy, waiting, but I also know that it's these stretches of growth that take me closer and closer into the realm of the kingdom of heaven. It may not be easy, but when you break it down, it is doable because we do it with his help. Remember, he said he would never leave us alone. So going through these passages, they start out with children, move on to a young man, and end with the adult disciples. And each one of them is significant and tied to what Christ wants to impart in us. So Christ goes through a list of things one must do or not do, including things one must leave behind to enter the realm of his kingdom, saying one must simply drop them all and follow him to experience the life in the realm of God. And this is a place I want us to park and ponder over. What exactly is Christ telling us when he says that children are what his kingdom is made of? Why does he want grown women and men to go back to being like children? Obviously, he's using this word metaphorically. I believe, among other things, he wants us to relearn and maintain the wonderful characteristics and qualities we see best clearly in children that life in this sinful world corrupts or takes away from us. Some of these include tenderness of conscience, openness about emotions and feelings, creativity, wonder and awe, joy, hope, playfulness and humor, trust, forgiveness, undying love, boundless energy, and always thinking the best about life and other people. And lastly, being willing to learn to grow. All these things, I believe, soften our hearts and take away the hard edge on our outlook on life, how we interact with people, on offenses that we should resolve rather than store in us to fester. They put us back in control of our thoughts and turn us to look at our situations or circumstances, both good and bad, as a place where God wants something special for us to grow from. My take from these passages, Christ wants us to remove the complexities that have been placed in our lives, which we put between him and us, and simply follow him, knowing he's got us. All we have to do is have faith that he has overcome it all for us, to have an eager expectancy like children, and that he has gone before us and taken care of things. Jesus himself operated like a child. He lived in awe and expectation. He lived with hope and belief in God and in the people around him. The same awe of life which we see in children. One author stated so well, and I quote, "When you live like this, you will become like a little child, and you will see the kingdom of heaven rise again in your life." To bring this home, at the start of this year, I was challenged about how I should remember to be in awe of Christ. So every morning after I get up and before I go out to start my day, I've been raising my hands symbolically to him as an act of submission. Raising one's hands is giving up control. It's what is of what's ahead and instead gives us a sense of expectancy that I should try my best to go out and live like Jesus lived. This allows me to do my best and let him do the rest. Remember at the beginning when I said it's easier said than done? Isn't that the truth? But you know what? Living like this does. It's contagious. It spreads fast. When people see how transformative living like Jesus did looks like. When people see the evidence of miracles in us, the presence of peace and joy, the overcoming, the healing, the contentment despite situations, answers to prayer. They too want to experience that for themselves. They want to drop burdens and complexities and idols they have placed between them and God and simply follow Him. Just like the children He says His kingdom is made of. Thank you.